Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the final game of this match. We're here with the After Hours Gaming League. My name is Penguin. With me is none other than the one, the only, the Canadian Rifkin. And we are here with Facebook and National Instruments. Game 5, it is 2-2 tied up. These two players have sent out their ace players. Both of these players already have a win under their belts. And who are we seeing, Rifkin?
Well, it's funny, here in the lower right corner of the map, it's going to be the blue Protoss playing again for Facebook. It is once more Winkletoss.
And we have his opponent spawning in the bottom left of Newkirk City. It's going to be none other than Banjo Island, aka Sern.
Yeah, both these guys have already played together. We have actually, I don't think we've seen an ace match where they've both sent out players who had already played throughout the course of the day.
Very true, Rifkin. That is in fact the case. I'm actually just checking quickly. I remember Winkletoss's game, if you will remember, was probably the most one-sided game. He was able to really
those DTs.
DTs, oracles, everything, you name it. He just played a beautiful game. That was against a Terran player, though. We have not seen his PVZ. We haven't actually seen his ZvP at all today, so
well, you know what?
We don't know what these players will play.
If Winkletoss has got the prowess to take on a Terran player and win in the After Hours Gaming League and break the record of Terran win streaks here for Penguin and myself, I gotta say he's a scary opponent here. I don't know how this game's gonna end, but if I gotta put my money on somebody blindly, it's gonna be Winkletoss.
I actually just remembered I would like to correct myself. I am sorry, I just checked the roster. Sern did not actually win. I was thinking of Straylight. Sern was the man who lost to Gunslinger, so he lost a pretty painful game where he was pretty far ahead, but a really well-executed drop into just relentless aggression until he rolled over dead caused him to lose. We will see if he's able to redeem that. He did show some very nice macro in that game, though, so I really hope we get to see him play a more macro-oriented game, maybe even letting Winkletoss get to that Skytoss army, because we haven't actually seen it yet.
I'm just going to interrupt you here briefly to say I think we just saw what was the equivalent of Protoss blue balls as the probe was coming to block the natural, but the natural went down just in time for the probe to even arrive at the base. So, I mean, that is unfortunate. Normally you want to have that probe across the field doing as much annoying harass as possible, but not even been able to delay the hatchery, not even for 1 second, that sucks.
That is true, and I mean, just looking over here though, Winkletoss is actually not going for an expansion of his own, and I do kind of like that because if you look at Newkirk City's natural, the ramp is absolutely massive. You can even go for like a 9 pool, a 10 pool, and still get in if your opponent doesn't see it coming. That's how big this ramp is. And so, I mean, opting to play a little more safely, going for the Gateway expand, but he's actually not even expanding yet. He is taking a very late expansion. This may even be a one-base all-in.
Yeah, Mothership Core actually coming out very early as well. You know what, Penguin? If there's a Stalker coming up with a follow-up to this, 2 Zealot Stalker, Mothership Core, I really don't know a lot that Banjo Island can do to stop that.
Oh man, Sern is scouting around. He's going to all the right places where the pylons could be, but he literally just passed the probe and it was like maybe a centimeter out of his vision. Winkletoss does have a probe there ready to put down a pylon, but Sern is going to have to be careful because he missed it and he may well think that there was no probe on the map. 2
Zealots are already a very formidable opponent for a Queen to have to handle, but 2 Zealots and a Mothership Core. Don't forget, guys, Mothership Cores can only attack ground, and they don't do a lot of damage, but Queens are the only thing in the early game that can shoot up. And if these 2 Zealots and the Mothership Core take out the Queens, there's going to be nothing to stop this Mothership Core from just wreaking havoc on everything that the Zerg player has.
It looks like we're not going to be seeing a very aggressive follow-up to this, so this is really all he's coming at Sern with. But as you said, this can do quite a bit of damage. There is a spine crawler on the way.
It's a really
It is a very cheap investment. Yeah. As long as he doesn't lose the Mothership Core, that has to be emphasized. That is 100 gas and it's very expensive. He's going straight for the Queen. The Zealots are actually engaging the Lings, and that's not going to go well. He has to leave now, because if he had focused the Queen, he may have gotten it with the Mothership Core, because the Queen wins out over the Mothership Core barely. A couple shots from the Zealots would have allowed him to kill off that Queen and leave.
Well, the other thing, too, is he was backed into the corner. If he had taken the fight over here against the wall, I think that could have gone quite favorably, actually, for him. But allowing himself to get surrounded like that, not the best thing to let happen.
We do have an expansion coming up for Winkletoss behind this. That is a pretty late expansion, but it is going to be finishing up momentarily. There's a Stargate on the way, 2 additional gateways as well. No fast third hatchery, rather, from Sern.
Let's see right now. What do you think is going to come? Are we going to see classical Phoenixes, or are we going to see, what's it, Oracles? Oh, I don't know how I forgot that.
Oracles from Winkletoss already in PvT. I think we're going to see Oracles again. He's got quite a bit of gas stockpiled. These Lings will not be able to do that much damage here. He's not even going to use the Photon Overcharge because he doesn't need to.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't know why my brain associates it, because the Oracles are nothing like them, but I know you didn't play Brood Wars, but there was a unit called Corsairs that were the Protoss air unit. Every time I think Oracle, my brain defaults to Corsair, and I don't know why, because there's no connection between the two. It drives me nuts.
Did you see that in a natural, by the way, Rifkin? I'm sorry to change the subject on you like that.
The Zealot wall.
We saw two probes actually go down for 4 lings. Very nice trade there for Sern.
And that probe in the northern part of the map still has not been discovered. It's actually been seen a couple times by this patrolling Zergling, but it's only for like a fraction of a second. Let's look at this mission as he comes back one more time. It's like a blip, blip.
By the way, Rifkin, you owe me you owe me $1 million imaginary dollars because I was right about the Oracles.
Yeah, Oracles are going to be the weapon of choice, but there were Spore Crawlers put down already, so between Spore Crawlers and Queens, these Oracles are not going to get to do as much free damage as I think he was hoping they will do.
It's going to come down to how well he controls them. Of course, with the shields, he can move in, pick off like 2-3 pro workers, and then get out, regenerate, come back in. Oh, Rifkin, we have Enduring Locusts on the way. We're going to see our first Swarm Hosts.
So, Penguin, you have no idea how excited that truly makes me. Swarm Hosts are such good units. They're not units you can really mass and win with, but they're effective units, and we don't see enough people make use of them.
This is where it's going to be very interesting to see what Winkletoss does and what Sern is able to make happen with this. What I like to do with Swarm Hosts in this matchup is, personally, I like to get about maybe 10 to 15 of them. Oh, he's getting a Nidus. Oh, this is cool.
This is going to be dirty.
He's got the Overlord in position. There is no building to spot that if he puts it right here.
Oh, Penguin, this could be the dirtiest, coolest game ever. Oh,
this is actually going to be very difficult. He does have a detection out already. That's important to note. He has an Observer. And, of course, with the Oracles, he has very mobile detection, very, very fast. He's going Robobay, though. This is the right decision if he goes Colossi, but the problem here is that if Sern follows us up with 3-base Mutalisk play, which is what I like to do, all of a sudden the Colossi are useless, and it's very difficult to deal with. We'll see what he's able to do with this. The Oracle does come on in. Did he see the Nidus network? No, he did not.
And it's been loaded up, Penguin. Where is it going down is the question. There's lots of good places. Yeah, there we go. It has to be
right there.
And there's that cool ping, guys. Heart of the Swarm, adding beautiful things to the minimap.
Oh, no. Enduring Locust is going to finish right when this comes out. This is a really nicely worked out timing here by
there's gateways.
Sern.
Oh, no.
He's not going to see it.
He's going to hear it, though.
He's got to know where it is now. He sees the Swarm Hosts. They come on in, burrowing straight away. The Lings are here to support, and that is going to be so crucial.
Everything's going straight for the mineral lines, but unfortunately the Locust getting distracted by that pylon. I guess it's not really going to matter. Now the Nexus has been overcharged, but there's no detection, Penguin.
Oh, this is beautiful, Rifkin. He's going Spore Crawlers. He's going to be able to snipe the Observers with the Spore Crawlers as well as the Oracles. And the Nidus does die, but with these units being taken out, he will probably just throw down another Nidus right away.
The Locusts do so much damage. I always forget how much damage these Locusts do. Another Nidus coming down immediately. It's all trying to do what it can. One of these Swarm Hosts will go down, there's no question about it, but the other one should be safe if they back up to the Spore Crawlers.
Oh my god,
these are some cool tactics.
He looks in a commanding position to really come back from his loss earlier. He had a painful loss, but he's up to 6 Swarm Hosts here as long as he burrows them well.
Yeah, that second Nidus just unloading everything, Penguin. There's nothing right now that Winkletoss can really do about this. GG coming out of Winkletoss. Oh, that is just hands down the coolest Zerg tactics I've ever seen, period. Any matchup, Wings of Liberty, Heart of the Swarm, that was awesome.
That was awesome. I think we might as well just end the broadcast here, Rifkin, because that was awesome and there is nothing else to say. Sern able to bring it back for National Instruments, and they take what is actually a pretty surprising win over Facebook. And I believe, let me double check, I think that was the first win for National Instruments.
Yeah,
it was the first win in this season.
Not too bad. Well, GG.